Hi everyone, and welcome to another bass singer vocal analysis. This will not be a reaction. I know this music well, and I cannot believe I'm just now getting around to it. I actually saw that Elizabeth on the Charismatic Voice did a video for this song, and it reminded me that there's a more than one full album of fantastic and hilarious music by Tenacious D, with the lead singer being Jack Black. Now, there's going to be a lot of vocal analysis here because, you know, he does it in the light of comedy, but Jack Black is actually a super talented, creative musician and vocalist. And he does a lot of really interesting things vocally that I think we can break down and talk about and give some insight into these kind of character voices he does and how he bounces back between, like, singer-songwriter and, like, rock star. It's really fantastic. There's so much. The Tenacious D, the first album, which this is on, is honestly one of my favorite albums of all time. So, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, help it grow, and if you're getting a lot out of these analyses, then consider donating to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month for tons and tons and tons of super cool, awesome benefits as you go up the tier ladder. But without further ado, let's dive in. I am very, very, very excited to do this. I haven't listened to this album in a while, and I need to do a deep dive back into it because some of the most fun I've had singing and just like messing around with music and my voice has been singing along to this stuff. So maybe some of that is about to happen. We'll see if the mood takes me. But let's go ahead and dive in. I'm super excited and happy to do this one if you guys can't tell. So let's do it. Also, I haven't seen the movie. I know. I never saw it. I only got into it via the music and via the album. So I have not seen this video ever. I've only listened. It's been a purely audio experience. So this will also be a new thing for me. And with that said, let's do this. Let's dive in.
This is it, buddy.
What? This is the awesome recording studio where we're gonna record our album?
It's a studio. It says it on the door. It's official studio.
This is one of those lame
I don't know how long this intro
Okay,
lasts,
you wanna
but
bail? Go ahead.
watch as I enjoy.
Or do you want to come in here with me, like the Tenacious D I know, and change rock history? Okay.
So even in that little vocalism there, change rock history. He's already that was like a little intro into like the high rock belt he does when he puts grit into the voice. And grit in the voice really is when there's just extra turbulence happening to the vocal folds. So normally, if they're oscillating properly, they kind of go like this, except super, super fast. When there's turbulence happening, they're kind of more hitting each other, and it's not a clean phonation. And that's when you get that grit and that extra kind of rough air in the sound. And he does that here when he gets into this yell here.
Away from your dreams, or do you want to come in here with me, like the Tenacious D I know, and change rock history?
Change rock history.
Okay. See, man, they got headphones and everything.
Oh, wow, cool. Sorry. See, no, look, dude. You gotta record other people's songs.
Oh, well, that's where a little studio engineering comes
This is
in
great.
handy,
This is
my
great.
hard-rockin' amigo.
I'll let it play through so we get to the music.
Man.
And I'll keep I'll make a section of it so you can know when I actually get to the analysis. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
This is the greatest and best song in the world.
A minor.
Tribute. Long time ago, me and my brother Kyle here. We was hitchhiking down a long and a lonesome road.
Oh my god, I can't believe I've never seen this. Oh. This is gonna be an experience. Okay, so just vocally, nothing crazy is happening. We just have some acoustic guitar in the background, nothing crazy there. We're at A minor to start out, and Jack Black's just doing just a very speech-like introduction. He's just talking. He's painting this picture of this adventure that he and Kyle went on, which of course I've only imagined, and now I'm actually seeing it, which is hilarious and fantastic. But overall, vocally very simple, arrangement very simple. They're just getting it going here.
was hitchhiking down a long and a lonesome road. All of a sudden, there shined a shiny demon in the middle of the road. And he said...
So hard there. So that's a great change. So and he said... So he gets in already. We're getting into that rock. He goes from this super, me and my brother Kyle here, hitchhiking down a long and lonesome road, just like very like low in his speaking voice and very relaxed. But then he gets, and he said, and he gets into this like much higher chest voice, and even a little bit into that kind of rock grit, just in that little speech thing he does. And then of course right after that he's about to do this hilarious character voice.
In the middle of the road.
And he said,
play the best song in the world, or I'll eat your soul.
Play. So actually, it's interesting. He's play the best song in the world. He's doing so many weird things. Already he's got a lot of nasal resonance coming through there, so there's just more sound coming through the nasal passage. He's allowing it to be open for nasality. And the other one is he's pulling his tongue back a little bit, which is blocking some of the pharyngeal space, and it's creating a little bit of this like weird darkness. Of course, he's singing in like, high baritone tenor range, so it doesn't sound dark and bassy, but that is the effect you use to darken your voice, is to pull your tongue back, and it kind of blocks the sound and muffles it. So he's doing more nasality, and which is giving it that kind of frontal sound, and he's doing the tongue pull to darken it a bit. So, play the best song in the world, or I'll hurt your souls. Eat your souls. Hurt. We'll find out in a second. And so it's kind of this like Kermit the Frog sound with his own like spin on it. And soul, his tongue is like way back. It's like, in almost in a weird way, like over Americanizing our R's. American R's are very far back in the throat compared to like Italian caro is like tip of the tongue. American R's, Russian R's are very far back. Guttural, and so yeah, there's just so much going on with that. So you just hear it and it's like, oh, it's this funny character accent, but it's actually like pretty interesting what's happening physiologically. So let's go back and listen to that again.
All of us.
And then like usually you think demon voice and you think like, there shined a shiny demon. It's like some like dark, scary, deep voice, and of course he just does the complete opposite.
Sudden. There shined a shiny demon in the middle of the road.
and he said,
play the best song in the world, or I'll eat your soul.
Eat your souls.
Well, me and Kyle, we looked at each other.
and we each said,
Okay. And we played.
I love that. You expect like some epic hero line and they just go, okay. Yes. Oh, woo. No, I'm not going to make this a two-parter, but I could definitely take an hour on this. It's so fantastic.
and we each said,
Okay. And we played the first thing that came to our heads. Just so happened to be
the best song in the world. It was the best song in the world. Look into my eyes and it's easy to see. 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 1 make 3. It was destiny.
So here he's not getting into full rock mode yet, but it's you can tell he's edging up towards it a little bit. So he's getting up much higher in his chest range, and starting to you can hear the vocal folds really starting to stretch as it gets higher, but not a ton of grit coming into the sound yet. Just a hair comes through here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty clean phonation vocally. And of course, with the acoustic guitar, it does sound very singer-songwritery at times. Just like a guy and his guitar. And you can tell when he's doing like a lighter mechanism, 1 and 1 makes 2, 2 and 1 makes 3. It's like, it's much lighter, but then when he gets up into the higher stuff, it's like he's really, it's like on a dime back and forth between like light singer-songwriter and like getting more towards rock. That's one thing Jack Black does that's so funny is he does these like really fast and drastic transitions between how he's singing. So it's not like this very steady build up. It's like in the intro when he goes, and he said, like that just comes out of nowhere from the vocal line previously. He does that a lot with his singing, and it really keeps you guessing because it's like, I don't know where Jack Black is about to go with his vocalism. And so that keeps this song like funny and fresh and like keeps you on your toes, all the while being really interesting vocally, and tough to do what he does. He's really good at changing his vocal timbre and changing his technique super fast like that.
Okay, and we played the first thing that came to our heads. Just so happened to be the best song in the world. It was the best song in the world. Look into my eyes and it's easy to see. 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 1 make 3. It was destiny. Once every 100,000 years or so, when the sun doth shine and the moon doth glow and the grass doth grow.
And the demon can't handle it. This is so funny seeing it. Like it's already comedy as just audio, and now with seeing the actual video, it's like if you just watch the video, I mean, chances are you wouldn't be thinking about the vocalism at all because it's just so over the top ridiculous. So this is fun to take a second and do that. Yeah, so a little rocky, but then really by the end of that phrase, it's totally pulled back. What's it?
Years or so, no shine and the moon doth glow, and the grass doth grow. Grass doth grow. Ho.
It's like very soft and singer-songwritery vocally. After just a bit ago, getting a little bit more into the rock.
Needless to say, the beast was stunned. A whip crack went his trumpet tail.
See right there, it's another whip crack with his trumpet tail. Like such a huge change from these lines right before it.
The beast was stunned. A whip crack went his trumpet tail. And the beast was done. He asked us, "Be you angels?"
So there's these
Be you angels? Angels?
it's like this super weird nasally tongue tension voice.
Be you angels?
It's the weirdest thing in the world, and it's so funny that that's what he chose to like vocally personify this demon. It's just hilarious.
He asked us, "Be you angels?" And we said, "Nay, we are but men, rock."
Oh God, it's so good. We are but men, rock. It's just incredible. And so yeah, there he's like singing. I think he's actually, I was obviously just singing in my head voice, but I think he's chesting that belt there. High A's.
He asked us, "Be you angels?" And we said, "Nay, we are but men, rock."
He definitely does full chest for that first one. It's got some real power behind it.
Nay, we are but men, rock.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh yeah.
This is not the greatest song in the world, no. This is just a tribute. Couldn't remember the greatest song in the world,
No.
These like character voice riffs.
No.
Okay, so also, what's so funny, like textually about this song, is that they're playing this song and they're saying we played this song, and it's the best song ever. But this is not that song at all. We can't remember the greatest song in the world, but we played it, and now we're playing what's supposed to be the greatest song in the world. But this actually isn't it. We played something else when we fought off this demon. It's so funny. Also, these visuals are just incredible. God, I need to go watch the movie. This will not be the last Tenacious D video, because this is, I think, the only thing I enjoy making videos for more than this is watching base game content for the first time, which is also coming up very soon. Lots more there. Okay, let's keep going.
Couldn't remember the greatest song in the world.
No.
This is tribute
To the greatest song in the world.
Alright.
The greatest song in
Right. So he did like a funny vocalism there. Alright. Instead of right, you'd think it'd be like a more bright ah for right. He goes right. Hilarious. Just, it's all characterized. God, dude, I remember I first heard this when I was going to a performance with my undergrad a cappella group, and this guy, two guys, Sean O'Brien and Michael Brooks, shout out to the boys. They knew this song, they knew this whole album word for word, and I remember like looking around and just being like, I have to learn this so I can sing along with them, because it looks like the most fun thing ever. This is one of those sections that I remember hearing that for the first time and just was like, gosh, this is just an instant classic. The fligo giggle. There's all these hilarious syllables, and like he brings the Kermity vocalism back a bit. Then gets way up. Oh, where is it? Up to an F, a high F there. Hello? He flips up. He does like a very obvious flip from chest voice to head voice. Oh, the demon's got the guitar solo.
And the peculiar thing is this, my friends, the song we sang on that fateful night, it didn't actually sound anything like this song!
See, the song we sang on that fateful night didn't really sound anything like this song. This is just a tribute. There's another drastic voice change there as he's like revving up that little speech to this old lady.
And the peculiar thing is this, my friends, the song we sang on that fateful night, it didn't actually sound anything like this song!
This is just a tribute.
You gotta believe it, and I wish you were there. Just a matter of opinion. Good God, I love you. I'm so surprised to find you can't stop me. I'm firing really up, rich motherfucker.
So that's all like pretty rocky vocals there. Like not like, I mean, he never goes into like full screamo. You know, it's just like characterized with a bit of grit, which is very, I mean, that's like kind of what you expect in rock, hard rock. Metal is when it starts, depending on the band and the song, is when it starts kind of blurring between like just extra grit in the voice and like actually getting into like more screamo kind of stuff, which is actually a totally different style of singing. But this is really more on like the hard rock kind of vocals here for this section.
Just a matter of opinion.
Also, we've got electric guitar, we've got heavy drums, and of course they're just here with vocals in this booth with just an acoustic guitar. So obviously, you know, instrumentation-wise, we're not seeing the full picture. The only time we got closer was when the demon was playing the electric guitar. That was one step closer.
God love you. I'm so surprised.
Like, obviously not an acoustic guitar. So you can actually hear that they're intentionally basically like overblowing the headspace in the mix. There's a certain amount of volume you can produce in a sound, and basically you have to clean up. Like, that's the thing that's what you do in mixing, basically, is you want to remove all the frequencies you don't need so that sounds aren't muddy, and you want to pan the instruments and voices out so that they're not clashing with each other. And here in the end, if you listen, I mean, there's just like so much extra sound coming through that it just gets like it's just like clearly overloading the system to a point that it can't be processed properly. The audio can't be processed properly, so you get that where what's called clipping, when the sound amplitude is so big that like the program, when basically compressing the audio, has to chop the peaks of the amplitude, and that creates distortion. And so they have intentional distortion here as all these instruments are building and the demon is like getting sucked back down in the fire. It's totally a thing you can use for effect like this. It's not what you want when you want a clean mix. You know, like if you heard it in an a cappella mix, you'd be like, what is going on? That sounds horrible. But in something like this, where you're just trying to kind of invoke a super intense emotion, even if it's comedic, it works really well. Yeah, like tons of clipping. There it is, one of the best albums ever made. Go listen to it, start to finish. That laugh is not in the original. What? Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, so much fun. Okay, I'm literally doing an opera performance every other night at the moment, so I have to take better care of my voice. Otherwise, in this video, there would have been much more reckless demonstrations and me singing way too higher than I should be, because that's what's fun about the voice. Just like let it rip and have fun sometimes. It can handle a lot, actually. But when you are doing single cast in a show at a very, very high-end opera institute, you do need to take care of your voice when you're performing every other night. So there is definitely going to be more Tenacious D in my future and the future of this channel, because it's just so good. And as you can see, it's just musically, it's actually really good and really creative. If you listen to the album, Jack Black is a super talented vocalist, even if it's coded in comedy. He actually is a solid singer and has like a really impressive high range in that rock style singing, and can do so much characterization with his voice, because he just has so much freedom there vocally, just to explore and have fun with it. So there's really a lot to break down, as you can see. So these videos are super, super fun, super entertaining. I mean, this is like I said, this and the bass gang stuff is as jazzed as I will ever get doing a reaction, because I lean on the spectrum of reaction to analysis. I'm like, you guys know, I'm like 70 to 80% analysis and like 20% like actually making the faces and like reacting big. Because I just try to do it naturally. Like, I react how I would if I was just sitting here watching. I really try not to play it up for you guys. I try to have this be a more like natural thing, like I'm just sitting and commentating on this stuff. But clearly you can tell, I mean, I have a lot of fun with this kind of music, and I can't get enough, and I gotta go listen to the album again, because it's been too long. Anyway, guys, that was Tenacious D Tribute official video, which I'd never seen. Much more to come here. Please, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe to the channel. We just hit over 50,000 subscribers last week. Super exciting. So now we're on the way to 100. Only doing basically one video a week, so that's shocking. Most channels that get over 100K are putting out multiple videos a day, and I'm just doing one a week, so that means a lot. You guys are supporting me in what I do, and you like the content, you like the analysis. That's what I'm all about. Teaching and being entertaining. Education and entertainment. That's like the two pillars for this channel. So Hope you guys enjoyed. If you really enjoyed, go check out my Patreon for a lot of awesome benefits and a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff at some very exciting projects coming up with the Bass Gang and some solo stuff, and a potential huge announcement for my solo career coming up soon. But I will leave you with that teaser because it's not official just yet. And with that, guys, that's it. Tenacious D tribute. So much fun. Thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you next time. Bye.